Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to second lecture of Basic Statistics 2. In our previous lecture, we studied about the set operations and some important terms which are used in probability. Now properly we are going to start probability. So here is the proper definition of probability. If a random experiment can produce n mutually exclusive and equally likely outcomes, and if m out of n outcomes are favorable to the occurrence of an event A, then the probability of an event A, denoted by P of A, is the ratio m by n, and it can be properly written as, or symbolically it is written as, P of A equal to m by n. Now what is m? M is the number of favorable outcomes that are present in event A. So number of outcomes in event A. Event A is our favorable outcome which is provided in your problem and about which we are going to calculate the probability. And n is the total number of outcomes in our sample space. So in our previous lecture, last lecture, we have studied what is random experiment, what are mutually exclusive events, what are equally likely outcomes, what are what is the event, and what is the sample space. We have discussed these topics in our last lecture. Now if you have two mutually exclusive events or outcomes are those in which if one occur, the other cannot occur. Or I told you before that mutually exclusive outcomes are those, or mutually exclusive events are those which have no common point. Equally likely means they can the probability of their occurrence or the chance of their occurrence is equal. There is no importance is given to any of the outcome, but the outcomes are equal. Their chance of occurrence is equal. So then we call the outcomes equally likely. Now what is the situation here, or what this definition is telling us, that if we have n outcomes which are the outcomes of sample space, and we are interested in the occurrence of event A, so the number of outcomes in event A that are called m divided by n, the number of outcomes in sample space, is simply the probability. So we can measure the probability by dividing the total outcomes of the event divided by the total outcomes of the sample space. Now the example will make you more clear. Here we have an example. If a die is rolled, R die means one die is rolled. So what will be the sample space? We know the cubic die has 6 sides, so sample space will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now what is the probability that an even number occurs? Now here we can say that E is the event which shows the even number. So from this sample space, if a die is rolled, what are the possible even number? 2, 4 and 6. So our event E will contain 2, 4 and 6. Now the probability of event E will be calculated as the m by n, where m is the number of outcomes in event and n is the number of outcomes in the sample space. So there are 3 outcomes in 1, 2, 3 outcomes in event E. So we will write 3, and there are 6 outcomes in sample space. So 3 divided by 6 is 0.5. So here 0.5 is the probability of occurrence of even number. Now second part says, what is the probability of 1? Only number 1. So here we will take an event A which will show only 1. So then probability of event A will be the number of outcomes in event divided by the number of outcomes in the sample space. So here is only 1 outcome in event and divided by 6. So by using calculator, 1 divided by 6, the answer is 0.166. So there is 0.166 probability that 1 will occur. Now from exercise 6, question number 6.13, from page number 219, question number 6.13. These questions I am taking from the suggested book, that is Introduction to Statistical Theory Part 1, and the probability portion is starting from chapter number 6, and exercise and this question I have taken from exercise 6, question on page number 219. Question number 6.13. Find the probability for each of the following events. Now different events are given to us, different situations are given to us, and we have to find the probabilities of each of them. Now first is, an odd number appears in a single toss of a fair die. This is very similar to the example which I have solved now. So what will be the sample space, because situation here is a single toss of a fair die. So again sample space will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's suppose event A represent odd numbers. Here 1, 3 and 5 are odd number. So what will be the probability of A here? M by n. M is the number of outcomes in event A, and n is the number of outcomes in the sample space. So 3 divided by 6. So again 0.5 is the probability that an odd number appears in a single toss of fair die. Now the second part says, the sum 8 appears in a single toss of a pair of fair dice. Now here is a pair of fair dice, means here are 2 dice, and for 2 dice I have also discussed this in previous lecture. That when 2 dice are rolled, So we will put the power 2 on 6, because in a single die there are 6 outcomes. So when 2 dice are rolled, then power will become 2 and there will be 36 possible outcomes. And in detail we have studied the in our last lecture that how these outcomes are found. So here are 36 outcomes starting from 1 1 to 6 6. So here we have the outcomes, and now what we are going to do in our question, okay. So second part says that the sum 8 appears in a single toss of a pair of fair dice. So now this is the sample space for this question, and you have to write this sample space here. And now we are interested in sum, so we will convert this sample space into sum. How? 1 plus 1 2, 1 plus 2 3, 4 5 6 7. Then 2 plus 1 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then 3 plus 1 4, 5 6 7 8 9. Then 4 plus 1 5 6 7 8 9 10. Then 5 plus 1 6 7 8 9 10 11. Then 6 plus 1 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So this is the possible sample space for second part. Now what we are going to find here of event, let's suppose event B denotes the sum 8 appears. Now now we can see that the sum 8 appears 1 2 3 4 and 5 times. And which are the original outcomes? 2 plus 6, then 3 5, then 4 4, 5 3 and 6 2. So these are the possible outcomes whose sum is 8. Here are 1 2 3 4 5 events whose sum is 8. So here probability of B will be equal to m by n. M is here 5 and n is 36. So 5 divided by 36 is 0.1388. So this is the probability that the sum 8 appears in a single toss of a fair dice. Now part 3 of this question. At least one head appear in 3 tosses of a fair coin. Now n of s for the number of outcomes in sample space, we will calculate the possible number of sample space here. Now here situation is a fair coin is tossed 3 times. So a fair coin has 2 sides and it is tossed 3 times, so we will put power 3. So 2 power 3 is 8. Here the sample space will contain 8 possible outcomes. Now it is possible that head appears in all the 3 on the upper side of all the 3 coins. Other possibilities are head, tail, tail, tail. Then tail, head, tail, tail, tails, head, and tails. So these are the 8 possible outcomes of this sample space. Now at least one head appears. At least one head means one head or more heads can appear, but there should be at least one head. One or more head can appear. So here we will construct an event A which denotes that at least one head appear. So we can see starting from here up till here, all of the outcomes have at least one head. So we will rewrite them. For our event A, only we cannot write the last outcome because there is no head. Now probability of A is equal to m by n. Again, m is the number of outcomes in event A and n is the number of outcomes in the sample space. So 7 by 8. 7 divided by 8, 0.875 is the probability that at least one head appears in 3 tosses of a fair coin. Now we have another part of this question. A king, ace, jack of club or queen of diamond appears in drawing a single card from a deck of 52 cards. Now these are the 52 playing cards which we usually use for playing. So these 52 cards have the following divisions. We know that all the cards are total number of cards is 52. Then we have 4 sets in the card. One is called club, which has 13 cards. Diamond also has 13 cards. Spade also has 13 cards, and hearts also has 13 cards. Furthermore, diamond and hearts are of red color, and spade and clubs are of black color. So there are 26 cards of black color, 26 cards of red color, and 13 cards of different set or groups which are present in these cards. Now what we are going to find is a king, probability of a king, ace, jack of club, and queen of diamond. So now n of s here is 52 because there are 52 cards, so we are not writing them, and it is very tedious, so we are not writing each of the card or drawing each of the card here. So we just write the possible number of the sample space. Now what event A will consist of king, as, jack of clubs, or queen of diamond. Now for the total number of outcomes in A, we will write, here are 4 kings, so we can write 4 for the kings, plus here in this 52 cards there are 4 as, but there is only one jack of club, because in every division of these cards or in each set there is only one jack. So in clubs there is also only one jack, and in diamond there is also only one queen. So the total number of outcomes in A will be 10. Now again, probability of A is equal to M of A divided by N of S. So 10 divided by 52. 10 divided by 52 is 0.192. So this is the probability that when a card is drawn from 52 playing card, a king, as, jack of club or queen of diamond appears. Now here we have the next question. Question number 6.14, part B. The question says that if we have 10 red marbles, 30 white, 20 blue and 15 orange marbles, and a marble is drawn at random from these above marbles, find the probability that which marble is selected, that marble is orange or red. Now first of all we have to find the number of sample space. Here we cannot write the sample space clearly, but we just because in probability formula we just want the number of sample space and the number of the favorable event. So here we will first find the number of sample space. How many marbles are there? 10 red plus 30 white plus 20 blue plus 15 orange. So total number will be 40, 50, 60, 75. So Sn, the total number of outcomes in sample space are 75. Total number of marbles are 75. Now out of these 75 marbles, what is the probability that the selected marble or the chosen marble will be orange or red? Now event B says that the marble will be orange or red. So number of outcomes in event B will be, how many marbles are of orange color? 15, and of red color 10. So total number is 25. Now probability of B will be M of B divided by N of S, which will be 25 divided by 75. And this is 0.33. Okay, now next part says that not red or blue, and the marble should be not red or not blue, and it should be of other colors. So S, the sample space is same, so we are not going to write it again. We are just writing the event A, which shows that not red or blue. Now M of A will be, if the marble is not red and not blue, so it is clear that it would be white or it would be orange. So 30 plus 15, which is equal to 45. So here probability of A is equal to M of A divided by N of S, which is same for the question. For all parts S is same. So now 45 divided by 75. 0.6. Okay, part 3, not blue. Now the marble that is selected should not be blue. Part event C says that not blue. It can be white, it can be red, but and it can be orange, but not blue. So it can be red, orange or white, but not blue. 40 and 55. Now probability of event C will be M of C divided by N of S, which is 55 divided by 75. 0.73. So this question has 2 more parts. I think in 3 parts it is clear, so you should do part number 4 and part number 5 yourself and try it yourself. Now question number 15, part A. If 2 dice are thrown, if 2 dice are thrown, what are various total numbers of dots? Now, what are the various total numbers of dots when 2 dice are rolled? What are the probabilities of each of them? And what is the probability that the sum of dots will be at least 4? Now, again we are using this sample space because when 2 dice are rolled, the sample space is of this type, and okay, this is the sample space, and the total outcomes of this sample space are 36. Now when you are going to solve the question, you have to write this sample space in each of the questions separately, but I am using this because I have written this already, so I am using this again and again. But for you, this is compulsory that for each question you have to write this sample space again and again for each question. Now, what are the various total numbers of the dots? This we have done one question before, and again the sample space here will be total number of dots. So total number of dots are, if we add them, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So this is the total number of, these are the total number of dots. And now what are the probabilities of each of them? So to calculate the probabilities of each of them, we will here construct a table. First column is of sum, possible sums. Then second column is of frequency, and third column is of probabilities. Okay, now what were the possible sums? The sum is starting from 2 to 12. So we will write these all sums once. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Now frequency, what is frequency? We all are familiar with this word frequency. In statistic, frequency means the number of repetition, that the number of times that an item occurs. So here we are using this sample space. In this sample space, 2 occurs 1 time, 3 occurs 2 times, 4 occurs 1, 2, 3 times, then 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you count all of these sums, so you will write how many times these are repeated or these occur in this sample space of your question. So you can write here. And if when you add all of the frequency should be equal to the number of outcomes, and we know that the number of outcomes are 36, and if you add all of these, it will also result in 36. Now probability. What probability? What is the definition of probability? That the number of favorable outcomes divided by number of total outcomes. So here total outcomes are 36 and the number of occurrence of 2 is 1. So the probability will be 1 by 2. Then probability of 3 will be 1 by 36. Then probability of 2 will be 2 by 36. Probability of 4 will be 3 by 36. We are taking the frequency and dividing it by total. Probability of sum 5 will be 4 by 36, 5 by 36, 6 by 36, 5 by 36, 4 by 36, 3 by 36, 2 by 36 and 1 by 36. Now probability, the answer of probability you can write in fraction form also, and you can divide it also. In both the ways it is correct, but I prefer that you should divide it and take it in points. Okay, now The most important property of probability is that its range of probability is from 0 to 1. It can be 0, it can be 1, but it cannot, probability can never be negative, and probability can never be more than 1. Even it cannot be 1.1, no, and it cannot be minus 0.1, no. The probability, the range of probability is from 0 to 1. I have solved many questions, and you have seen that the answer is always between 0 to 1, and it is, if your answer is negative or answer is more than 1, then you have done anything wrong, because the probability answer should be in fraction form, and when you divide it, it should be between 0 to 1, because its range is from 0 to 1. Now we have another question number 6.18 on page number 220. In a single toss of two fair dice, find the probability that the product of numbers on the dice is between 8 to 14, both inclusive. Okay, now what we are going to do, first of all, in the last question we find the sum, but here we have to find the product.